weirdest thing just happened. Of course, I did a video, way too long, didn't like the way it turned out. So I did it again, got it the way I wanted it. Phone stopped recording for some reason. So hopefully it's just a bug or a glitch. But we're going to do it again, time 3. Hope you guys are doing good. If you guys are gigging out there, gigging. If you guys are DJing, doing your gigs DJing, hope you guys are out there doing a good job. Everybody pouring their heart and soul into it, putting a smile on people's faces. That's what it's all about. Today, just want to talk about auto-tune real quick. And the auto-tune, I guess, for live sound. First of all, what's my credentials to even speak about that? You know what? I don't know, last 10, 12 years, I'm just a local gigger. You know, I would consider myself I think I've seen it said before, and other people, because you know, they're a passable singer. I'll call myself a passable singer. All right, I got my strong songs. I got my songs that get me by. I got my songs that, you know, I have to change the key to, which I did a video on to do it in my range. And I got songs that I choose not to do, you know, because I just haven't rearranged it yet to where I wanted, or I just passed on them. More songs that I just don't feel that I deliver good. So that's me. I've had to, I'm also, I'll say I've had to work very hard to get where I'm at, and to be able to get up in front of people, big crowds, small crowds, big stages, little stages. Seems like at this point we've, you know, covered a lot of stuff that a local travel a little bit type, you know, musician, you know, short of touring, you know, would probably encounter. So that's my credentials. And you know, Aaron is definitely the gifted singer. I've always considered myself, you know, I was gifted with the heart, the drive, determination to put in the work to make it happen. And I think it's a combination of all those things for me personally, and to be able to deliver a little bit, you know, when the time comes. So I'll leave it at that. I'm not a vocal coach, not a vocal instructor. I've taken 2 vocal lessons a long time ago. And why only 2? Because I didn't go back for the 3rd and the rest of them. So apparently I felt they weren't important. I was probably just, you know, making an immature decision at the time. I kind of wish I would have stuck with it. So that's where I am. Other than that, I'm just, you know, grab the guitar, learn your songs, pour your heart into them, go out there and get it done. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So I want to make sure I'm not delivering a message from somebody who can speak to this, because I can't. So here's the deal. I'll try to keep this short. Over the weekend, we did a Saturday, Sunday show for at a festival in a amphitheater. So we usually get this gig every year, and it's nice because it's at least one time out of the year, we don't have to bring our PA. So as we got there yesterday, and you know, if we didn't choose to use our own mics, I guess just for cleanliness or health hazard reasons, we literally would have just walked up and I just shot him a guitar signal and sang. So the only thing we did was walk up. I've been using an 835 lately, plugged in an 835. Aaron used a wired 58, and I give him a guitar signal out of my Shure GLXD wireless, and that was it, and off to the races. But so I started thinking about a couple things that really made me think about some stuff. What if I ran auto tune? I remember years ago there was a powered mixer that came out and had an auto tune as part of the feature set, and I'm sure you can get outboard gear that you may put in like a pedal board to run your mic into next to guitar stuff, or however it would work. So I'm sure there's outboard. I'm sure it's part of a mixer, powered or unpowered. I thought, well, what would I do? You know, because you know we're giving this guy a dry signal, and you know the 835 for me is kind of cool because it can pretty much just run that mic straight. Seems to work. Run the EQ straight, pretty decent. Erin, she's pretty straight on a 58. You know, low cut if you need to, but that's about it. So I was thinking, well, it wouldn't be that simple anymore. Just to walk up and do that. Wouldn't, you know, if we ran our rig as part of the rig, you know, would I be bringing an unpowered mixer and now setting that mixer down and plugging that mixer in and giving him a feed out, basically a wet signal out of that mixer, and then he can just do what he does with front of the house from there. Maybe that's how it would work. You know, if we don't run a pedal board, but if we did, maybe that's how that worked. Maybe it would be just part of it. You know, maybe we'd have run a mic feed just right into there, and then give him, XLR out. So anyway, so I started thinking about that. And I'm like, man, this would be just like a little bit more complicated. And and I say this from the standpoint of a guy that, hey, I'm sure I've never used it, and from research I've done in the past, I mean, I believe there's some pro singers of some pretty popular bands that it's known that they have used that in the studio. Um, but and again, if I didn't just say I'm a guy that I'm sure it would benefit me, at some times, so I don't use it, but my thought process was, wow, how complicated would that be when we are minimalists when it comes to that? We're talking mic, and guitar, and we are off to the races, even with our own PA. Usually, there was times I was running Telecaster with this Line 6 Pod Go here, so it was kind of one extra thing to plug in. And we've, I mean, I would consider us successful locally. We stay busy, we turn work down, and that's a good thing. And I'm blessed by that. I say that as that's where I'm speaking from when I say we run minimal gear. So, I'm more into the mics, PA, mixer, and just getting a good sound out front than all the other stuff in between. And that's okay. And if you're the exact opposite, that run a lot of stuff, I mean, especially lead guitar players and acoustic guys that chase tone, I totally get it. Totally get it. You need that stuff, right? So anyways, I started thinking, how complicated would that be? If you use auto-tune in live shows, I mean, just please comment below. Maybe it's quick and easy, but I also started thinking too, a few weeks ago we did a benefit, and did a cancer benefit, and with a buddy of ours, and he offered to bring his PA that day, and we're like, yeah, cool, thank you. And so he brought his PA, and actually it was sweet because we got there. He knows I've been using the 835. He had an 835 strung up, and Aaron used one of his, actually just used his Beta 58, but and he says, John, why don't you just use my guitar? So he let me use his Martin Road series, which I played that guitar before. I absolutely love that guitar. It's got to be for another video. Gosh, what a sweet sound in playing guitar. But I was thinking, well, what if I use that auto tune? What if somebody was a auto tune user in their live sound? How would they do that? How would they just step up, strap on this guy's guitar, and just do an hour and a half set, take a little break, come back and do another hour and a half set? How would you do that? How complicated would that be? What would you have to do now? Now you're using, we were in a little tight spot that day, unfortunately, but it is what it is, right? We deal with that. And, how would you do that? Is it a thing? Maybe it's not a thing. I don't know, really. So I am talking about something today that I never use and don't know much about. So anyways, it was just a thought. So in that situation, over the weekend, I would probably have to give him more gear, feed him a wet signal, I assume. My buddy a couple weeks ago doing the benefit, how would I do that? It's so simple, just to walk up, strap on his guy. Man, it was blessing. But sometimes I run my PA. He just comes up and grabs our stuff. So when we do shows. So anyways, those are just thoughts. I'm also a guy too, like most of you guys. We may find ourselves in a living room or a kitchen with a guitar, a campfire, or while you're literally camping somewhere, just a guitar and vocals, nothing plugged in. And if you are relying upon a device that does that for you in live sound, do you not do that? Do you not take part in that? I always like seeing major artists, what we just hear on probably commercial music or Spotify stuff or whatever else that somebody you may catch them on a video. Let's just say major artists you may catch on a video with just piano and vocals, or just guitar and vocals unplugged. I've always appreciated that and enjoyed that. So again, I'm speaking maybe a little bit out of my realm today because I've never used that, but I thought about that, how that would be. And maybe it's simple. Maybe you just have a small rig and you just feed them a wet signal. So, but and maybe it's a little bit outside my boundaries because we usually take the simplistic approach. So anyways, if you use auto-tune, that's great. I'm not nobody to judge you, okay? Like I said, I'll just consider myself a passable singer, and that could probably worked for me, okay? But I don't use it. I wondered about it, and I've not really researched it. I'm not going to put in the research. I thought it might be a good topic. If you got comments on whether you refuse to use it, you don't use it, you do use it, how does it work for you? I'm talking in the live sound setting. Let me know. Let us all know, actually. So, again, this is not meant to be controversial whatsoever, or to get digs in against people, because I always say, usually at the end of my videos, you do what's right for you. So we'll leave it at that. Do what's right for you. Do good shows. God bless you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.